Skill D. Matching words and categories. 1. Campus life.
Hi, Tony. Where are you headed?
Hey, Mary. I'm going to the campus gym to lift weights. Want to come? There's an aerobics class at 5 o'clock.
No thanks. I've got to study for my chemistry midterm. Maybe next time. How often do you go?
I try to go 3 times a week. When I study, I sit too much. I don't feel good unless my body gets some exercise, not just my mind.
Do you usually just lift weights?
No, I lift to get stronger. Then I run on the treadmill to help my heart and lungs. Then I jump rope or do aerobics to improve my balance and coordination.
Wow, I wish I had that much discipline.
Start slowly and do a little more each day.
Thanks for the advice. Well, have fun. Maybe I'll go next week.
Bye. Good luck on your midterm.
Number 1. Based on the conversation, match each exercise with the correct category. 2 choices will not be used. Number 2. What is the man's main point? Number 3. Who will go to the gym? Listen again to part of the conversation and answer the question.
I'm going to the campus gym to lift weights. Want to come? There's an aerobics class at 5 o'clock.
Number 4. Why does the student mention the class? One. Campus life. Listen to part of a conversation between 2 students.
We don't have nearly enough things to do for fun on campus. Why can't we have more plays and art fairs and dances?
You're right. But did you know about the new student activity fee?
So what? What's the good of it?
Well, it means a lot more money for things like that.
You don't think our drama club will really get any of the money, do you?
Well, it could.
What do you mean?
Well, I was looking at the university website. They're giving $500 to each registered student organization. So if it's not already, we should get our drama club registered. Then we can ask for $3,500 more after that. We just have to come up with a special program.
Wow, let's do it. What is the website again?
It's the Ohio Union Activities Board. In fact, they're looking for student organizations right now.
Really? How come they have so much money?
Well, every new student at our university pays $15 into the fund. It starts this year. That wouldn't be very much money for another couple of years, so our university president is putting in a bunch more money. It's coming from other programs at the university.
Oh, I get it. So we can do some cool stuff with our drama club. Remember that idea we had to do Shakespeare plays in present-day settings?
Yes, of course. That's why I was looking on the website.
Good thinking, Sandy. How do we officially register our club?
There's a form we fill out on the website.
Now get ready to answer the questions. You may use your notes to help you answer. Number 1. What are the people mainly discussing? Number 2. What kinds of programs will the student activity fee pay for? Number 3. Why do the 2 students want to get some of the money? Listen again to part of the conversation and answer the question.
Remember that idea we had to do Shakespeare plays in present-day settings?
Yes, of course. That's why I was looking on the website.
Number 4. What does the man remember when he says this?
Remember that idea we had to do Shakespeare plays in present-day settings?
Number 5. The woman explains how they can get the money. Summarize the process by putting the steps in the correct order. Listen again to part of the conversation and answer the question.
Remember that idea we had to do Shakespeare plays in present-day settings?
Yes, of course. That's why I was looking on the website.
Number 6. What does the woman mean when she answers the man?
Yes, of course. That's why I was looking on the website.
Three. Campus life.
I just don't get it.
Get what?
Professor Johnson's biology lecture. I took notes, but I don't understand them.
You should go to a review session.
A review session?
Yeah, a review session is a discussion that's led by a student who has already taken the class. They review the professor's lecture and the homework assignments for each week. Then they answer questions.
It sounds like an extra class.
You don't have to go, but if you're having trouble, a review session will help you a lot. I went to one last year when I had Professor Johnson's class.
Yeah? How did you do?
I got an A-.
When is the review session?
Let's see. You have your choice. You can go Monday from 5 to 6 p.m. or Tuesday from 3 to 4.
I've got economics on Tuesday. I guess I could go Monday.
It's up to you.
I'll think about it.
Number 1. Based on the conversation, match each word or phrase with the correct time and place. Number 2. What is the main point of the discussion? Number 3. According to the conversation, which of the following are true? 2 of the answers will not be used. Listen to part of the conversation, then answer the question.
If you're having trouble, a review session will help you a lot. I went to one last year when I had Professor Johnson's class.
Number 4. What can be inferred about the woman? Four. Campus life.
Hey Julie, what's up?
Hi, Brian. Taking a break from studying. I'm surfing the internet for an MP3 player.
Do you like the iPod?
Yes, but I need a really small one.
Oh, it's small.
Really? Someone told me it holds 5,000 songs.
It's 3.6 inches tall and 2 inches wide. I have one.
What's that in centimeters?
The math textbook says 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters.
Okay, so first I need to multiply 3.6 by 2.54.
Here, use my calculator.
Thanks. Okay, it's 9.1 centimeters tall and 5 centimeters wide. Just what I need.
Number 1. What is the topic of the conversation? Number 2. What is the man's main point? Number 3. What does the device do? Two. Campus life.
Hey, Alex. How's it going?
Okay, I just finished math class. Man, I hate math.
Why? It's easy.
Yeah, right.
I've got a secret that helps me in math class. Want to know what it is?
Okay, but it probably won't help me.
Listen and try it. Math is too abstract, right? Well, try to make it real for yourself. My secret is I think about numbers in math as if they were money.
Huh?
Yeah, I have had a hard time picturing numbers, but if I see the numbers as dollars and cents, then I can see them clearly in my head.
Really?
Yeah, for example, if the teacher says, "What is 853 minus 727, I think of $8.53 minus $7.27. The answer is $1.26. 126. It's easy.
Hey, that's awesome. I'll try it tomorrow, thanks.
No problem. See you at the basketball game tonight.
See you!
Number 1. What is the man's problem? Number 2. What is the woman's main point? Number 3. What does the woman advise the man to do? Listen again to part of the conversation and answer the question.
I just finished math class. Man, I hate math.
Why? It's easy.
Yeah, right.
Number 4. What does the speaker mean when he says this?
Yeah, right.
Four. Campus life.
Hey, Lucy, are you going to watch any of the movies at the film festival?
No, I wasn't thinking of it. I have too much homework to do.
Aw, that's no fun. Can't you even take one night off? Your dormitory is so close to the Annenberg Center. It'll take you 5 minutes to get there.
Well, maybe I'll go to one.
How about tomorrow night? I can go then.
What movie is playing?
School of Rock. Have you seen it?
No. What's it about?
Well, it's a comedy, and it's really funny. It's about this guy who's really trying to make it as a rock star. He gets kicked out of his band and he really needs money. So he acts like he's somebody else to get a teaching job. Then he tries to turn his class into a rock band.
Sounds pretty crazy. Okay, I'll come see it.
Number 1. What is the topic of the conversation? Number 2. What is the man's main point? Number 3. What does the man want the woman to do? Number 4. What does the man mean when he says this?
How about tomorrow night? I can go then.
Seven. Campus life.
Come on, Holly. We're going to be late.
For what?
Today's the day of the parking space lottery. I want to see if I get a parking space for next year.
What? You mean if they choose your number, you get a place to park your car?
Yes, parking is very limited. Only a few students can bring their cars, and freshmen are never allowed to park on campus.
If your number is chosen, do you get to park for free?
No, it costs $120 a year.
So you're hoping to win the privilege of paying money?
Yes, now come on.
Number 1. What are the people mainly discussing? Number 2. Which two statements are correct? Choose two answers. Number 3. What is the main thing that the man wants? Seven. Campus life.
Come on, Holly. We're going to be late.
For what?
Today's the day of the parking space lottery. I want to see if I get a parking space for next year.
What? You mean if they choose your number, you get a place to park your car?
Yes, parking is very limited. Only a few students can bring their cars, and freshmen are never allowed to park on campus.
If your number is chosen, do you get to park for free?
No, it costs $120 a year.
So you're hoping to win the privilege of paying money?
Yes, now come on.
Number 1. What are the people mainly discussing? Number 2. Which two statements are correct? Choose two answers. Number 3. What is the main thing that the man wants? Skill E. Making inferences and predictions. 1. Campus life.
Excuse me, I'd like to buy a bicycle permit, please.
That will be $4.
Here you are. And the permit will let me park my bike anywhere on campus?
Yes.
How long is the permit valid for?
It's valid for the next 4 years. Okay, now I need your bicycle serial number.
My serial number. Just a minute. Here it is. A710023.
All right. Next I need some identification with your address on it.
My address. Oh yeah, I have my driver's license.
Sure, your driver's license will be fine. All right. Last but not least, you need to fill out this bicycle registration card. Then we'll give you your permit.
Here you are.
Thank you. Now you need to make sure this permit is in plain sight on your bicycle. Attach it to the main frame on the center post below the seat. If we can't see it, you will have to pay a fine.
No problem, thanks.
Number 1. Why does the student want to buy a bicycle permit? Number 2. What do we learn about the student from this conversation? Number 3. Where should the man keep the permit? Listen again to part of the conversation and answer the question.
Last but not least, you need to fill out this bicycle registration card. Then we'll give you your permit.
Number 4. What does the woman mean when she says this?
Last but not least, you need to fill out this bicycle registration card.
Three. Campus life.
I'd like to check out this book, please.
May I please see your student ID card?
I'm sorry, ma'am, it's been stolen. It was in my wallet, which was stolen.
I'm not allowed to check out any books for you without it.
Oh, that's great. What should I do now?
You can download the form for a new student ID card from the computer. Fill it out and take it over to the Student Center. Actually, they can also give you the form there.
Thanks. I don't think I'll bother. Doesn't it cost $10?
It does. You might just want to do it, though. You won't be allowed to sit for exams without it.
All right, I guess I'll have to. I suppose they'll want a passport photo, too.
Yes, and a copy of your identification, driver's license or passport.
All right, I'll go over there. Thanks, ma'am.
You'll be glad to have it. Good luck.
Number 1. Where is the man's library card? Number 2. Where will the student go? Number 3. What is the student's problem? Choose two answers. Listen again to part of the conversation and answer the question.
I'm not allowed to check out any books for you without it.
Oh, that's great.
Number 4. Why does the student say this?
Oh, that's great.
Two. Campus life.
Hey, Joe, where are you going? Are you on your way to class?
No, I'm on my way to the recreation center to play basketball. Want to come?
I can't. I'm not a member.
If you're a full-time student, membership is included in your tuition. Do you have your student ID card?
Yeah. Does that mean I can use any part of the rec center?
Yes. You can use the swimming pool, the gym, the weight room, anything you want. All you need to do is show your ID card at the door.
Hey, cool. I'll come with you.
Number 1. What is the topic of the conversation? Number 2. What does the woman decide to do? Number 3. What does the woman need to use the gym? Three. Campus life.
Hello, Lance. What can I help you with today?
I heard there's a tutoring center for each department. Can you tell me where it is for the English department?
Yes, ours is just next door.
Can I go there right now?
You can, but they might still be at lunch. You know, you'll have to sign up for an interview first anyway. You can do that over the internet too.
Okay, can you give me the address?
Go to www.penttutoring.info. They'll get in touch with you within 3 working days.
What will they send me?
They'll send you the tutor's name, phone number, email address. Oh yes, and how much you have to pay per hour.
Uh-oh, I don't have any money.
That's okay. You can get free tutoring. You'll just need to agree to do a 3-week feedback survey.
That's all?
That's all.
Great, thanks.
No problem.
Number 1. What are the speakers mainly discussing? Number 2. What does the secretary tell the student? Number 3. What is the student's main point? Listen again to part of the conversation, then answer the question.
You know, you'll have to sign up for an interview first anyway. You can do that over the internet too.
Okay, can you give me the address?
Number 4. What can be inferred about the student? Five. Campus life.
Hi, Miss Jansen. Can we keep Romeo and Juliet in our dorm room?
What on earth?
They're our pet hermit crabs.
Oh, poor crabs. Don't you think they'd be happier on the beach?
Well, at the store they were squished into a little box. We thought they'd be happier with us. We let them out when we're home. We give them baths, too.
I see. Do you know what to feed them?
There's free internet information. The Hermit Crab Association. They help crabs in captivity, and we will take them back to a beach someday.
Number 1. Why does the student go to see the woman? Number 2. Where does the woman suggest the crabs might be happier? Number 3. What reason does the student give to support his idea that the crab should live with him? Choose 2 answers.
Question 5. Now listen to a conversation between 2 students.
Hey, Paul, how are you?
Pretty good. I'm a little worried about the exams we have soon. How about you?
Oh, I'm a bit stressed, to be honest.
Really? Are you worried about your exams?
Well, it's because of my part-time job. My boss wants me to work in the restaurant 4 weeknights each week. I just don't have the time, especially with the exams coming up. I don't know what to do. I need that job to buy books and meals.
Yeah, that sounds like a problem. I know. Why don't you ask your boss if you can work on the weekend instead? That way, you can study each night during the week and keep your job at the restaurant.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But I play a lot of sports on the weekend and hang out with my friends. It's when I like to relax.
I see. Well, why don't you explain to your boss that you have these exams coming up soon? Maybe you can just work 2 weeknights. That way you have your weekend free and you still have your job.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Thanks. I'll say that to him tonight.
The students discuss two possible solutions to the woman's problem. Describe the problem, then state which of the two solutions you prefer and explain why.
3. Campus life.
What's your plan for the day, Natalie?
Well, I have to work on my paper this morning. After that, I'm free. Why?
I was thinking about going to see an art show. It's about First Nations tribal totems. Do you want to go? Isn't that what your paper is about?
Yeah, you remembered, Alex. Maybe I should go see the show before I work on my paper.
It's in the Gallery shopping mall.
I know where that is. It's at 10th and Market Street.
I'll drive. But could you just quickly go over the directions with me first?
Sure, Alex. It's easy. Take University Drive to Market Street. We take Market Street eastbound to 15th Street. Then follow the circle around City Hall to continue on Market Street. We keep going on Market Street until 10th Street. Then the main door to the mall is right on the northwest corner of 10th and Market Street.
Number 1. The woman explains how to get to the art gallery. Summarize the process by putting the steps in the correct order. Number 2. Where is the art show taking place? Number 3. How will they go to the gallery? Listen to part of the conversation, then answer the question.
I was thinking about going to see an art show. It's about First Nations tribal totems. Do you want to go? Isn't that what your paper is about?
Number 4. What can be inferred about the student? Eight. Campus life.
Hey, Trevor, check this out.
I'm trying to study here.
Oh, sorry, but this is really funny.
What is?
This article about strange inventions.
Like what?
Well, one guy invented a ladder for spiders. It's a rubber strip you can put on the side of your bathtub.
Yeah? What else?
A portable seat. You carry it around your waist like a big cushion.
Ha, that's really stupid.
Here's the best one. A car license plate that tells if the driver's a man or a woman.
I like that one. Then I could stay away from women drivers.
Yeah. Hey!
Number 1. How does the girl explain the way she feels about the article? Number 2. What does the special license plate tell? Number 3. What is true about the inventions described in the article? Two. Campus life.
Hey, Frank, if you could be any person in the world, who would you be?
That's easy. Bill Gates.
Why?
I'll give you 30 billion reasons.
Ah, so it's the money.
Not totally, but the money is nice. I was reading that if you made all of Gates's money $1 bills and then laid them end to end, the line would stretch for almost 6 million kilometers.
Wow. But what would you do with all that money?
Gates gives a lot to the poor. He's donated almost $7.5 billion since the year 2000. I'd give away even more.
Really?
Sure. It costs about $240 a year to feed a starving child. So Bill could save almost 121 million children.
Why else do you like Gates?
I admire his confidence. Did you know he earned a scholarship to Harvard, but left after 2 years to start Microsoft? That took courage.
Number 1. Why does the man describe laying dollar bills end to end? Number 2. Why does the man admire Bill Gates? Number 3. What is the man's main point? Listen again to part of the conversation and answer the question.
If you could be any person in the world, who would you be?
That's easy. Bill Gates.
Why?
I'll give you 30 billion reasons.
Number 4. What does the man mean when he says this?
I'll give you 30 billion reasons.
Skill C. Determining reasons, purposes, and attitudes. 1. Campus life.
I'm interested in your course on Indian culture. Can you tell me about it, please?
Certainly. The course is 8 weeks long. There will be a midterm examination, a final exam, and 2 essays.
How do you determine the grades?
The final will account for 30% of your mark. The midterm is 15%. The first essay is 10%, and the second essay is 30%.
Let's see. 30, 15, 10, 30. That's only 85%.
The other 15% is based on your attendance and participation in the class.
It sounds interesting. I think I'll take it.
Number 1. What are the people mainly discussing? Number 2. What is the main point discussed by the professor? Number 3. What does the man mean when he says this?
I think I'll take it.
Five. Campus life.
Good afternoon, Miss Smith.
Good afternoon.
Now then, you would like to apply for a position as a campus tour guide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you ever been a tour guide?
No, I haven't, but I love people, and I've been a student here for 2 years, so I know all about the campus.
I see. Do you know what your duties would be as a tour guide?
Sure, I'd walk people around the campus, tell them the names of buildings, talk about student life, then answer questions.
That's correct. Tours are held once each day. They last for 90 minutes.
What time do they begin?
At 10 a.m., Monday through Saturday. On Sunday, tours start at 1 p.m. Monday through Friday only. The guide will give a 30-minute talk after the tour for students who want to study here but have not yet applied.
How much money do the tours cost?
They're free.
Number 1. The woman explains a tour guide's duties. Summarize her explanation by putting the information in the correct order. Number 2. How often are the campus tours? Number 3. Why does the woman think she will be a good tour guide? Number 4. What does the man imply when he says this?
Now then, you would like to apply for a position as a campus tour guide?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you ever been a tour guide?
Three. Campus life.
I really like art, especially paintings.
Really? Do you have a favorite one?
Yes, Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci.
What do you like about it?
Her smile. If you look closely, it seems she's not smiling at all. Look again. She's smiling. So many artists try to copy that smile.
It must be hard to paint something so beautiful.
Did you ever notice that she doesn't have any eyebrows?
Really? No, I never noticed. I wonder why.
Girls in that time shaved their eyebrows. I just read it in our art history textbook.
Hey, that's cool. Nowadays, she'd have an eyebrow ring.
Number 1. What is the woman's main point? Number 2. Why do so many artists try to copy Mona Lisa's smile? Number 3. What does the man imply about Mona Lisa? Five. Campus life.
Josh, what are you doing tonight?
I have a biology class. What are you doing?
Well, my friend's sorority is having a party, but I don't want to walk by myself in the dark.
Why don't you use Campus Escort?
What's that?
Campus Escort is a free service that gives students rides. Other students drive you to the place you're going.
Really? It's free?
Yep, just call 874-SAFE and tell them what time you would like to be picked up.
But will they escort me back home?
Sure, there's a car that will take you from your dorm room to the party, then back to your dorm. It runs 5 p.m. to 1 a.m., and there's a small van that picks students up each hour at the student center in the mall. It runs from 6 p.m. to midnight.
What if I want to stay later?
Call campus police for a free escort, 874-2121.
Number 1. Why does the woman need an escort? Number 2. Why is the woman concerned? Number 3. What is the man's main point? Listen to part of the conversation, then answer the question.
But I don't want to walk by myself in the dark.
Number 4. What can be inferred about the student? Five. Campus life.
Have you heard about Mexican turtles disappearing?
Yes, it's because they lay their eggs on the beach, right?
Yeah, and people eat the eggs. But my professor said there's a plan to save them.
What is it?
I don't know, but he gave us a phone number.
Let's call.
Okay, here goes.
Hello, Environmental Protection Hotline. How may I help you?
I'd like to find out about the program to save Mexican turtles.
Yes, of course. I can send you something to read, or you can look at our website, www.enviro.com.
Thanks. I'll look at the website.
Thanks for calling.
Number 1. What is the telephone operator's main point? Number 2. Why does the man call the number? Listen to the part of the conversation again, then answer the question.
But my professor said there's a plan to save them.
What is it?
I don't know, but he gave us a phone number.
Number 3. What does the man mean when he says this?
I don't know, but he gave us a phone number.
Skill review. 1. Campus life.
All right, here's your student ID card. You'll need to show this at every meal, or each time you buy something at a campus dining hall.
Really? That's different than my old school.
Yes, I imagine it is. We have a unique system here. Do you know about our meal plans?
Meal plans? No.
There are several different plans. You can choose to buy 9, 12, 15, or 18 meals each week. It depends on your schedule and eating habits.
I see. What if I buy the 15 meal plan and only eat 13 meals that week? Will I get 17 the next week?
No, meals do not carry over into the next week. That's why it's important that you choose your meal plan carefully.
What if I want to treat my friend? Can I use 2 meals at one time?
Sorry, no. Only 1 meal each meal period. If you want to treat a friend, you can use your declining balance points.
My what?
Declining balance points. They work like an ATM card. At the dining halls, you use the points like cash. You can buy food, snacks, or meals. Then the points are withdrawn from your declining balance account. All of our meal plans offer these points.
Okay. What happens when I run out of declining balance points?
You can buy more points at any time. Just go to the One Card office on the North Campus. We will bill your home through the Student Accounts office.
Number 1. What should the student use to buy a meal for a friend? Number 2. Which 2 statements are correct? Choose 2 answers. Number 3. What is the topic of the conversation? Listen again to part of the conversation, then answer the question.
That's different than my old school.
Yes, I imagine it is. We have a unique system here.
Number 4. What does the man think about the school's meal plan system? Number 5. Why must students choose their meal plan carefully? Listen again to part of the conversation and answer the question.
Meals do not carry over into the next week. That's why it's important that you choose your meal plan carefully.
Number 6. What does the administrator mean when he says this?
Meals do not carry over into the next week.
Skill Review. 1. Campus Life.
What should I do to prepare for my exams? I have some old exams from last year. Do you think it's a good way to study?
Yes, it can help. Being familiar with the way the test is made up is beneficial. You may be less anxious at exam time. First, quickly look over all the material you've studied. Then decide which things you need the most work on. Then use questions from the exams to practice.
Great! I should just memorize all the answers.
No, I don't think that's a good idea. Questions on the new exam will probably be different. You need a strong understanding of the material. Memorizing won't replace a thorough knowledge of the subject.
I guess that's probably true. So, what else can I do?
Make sure you go to all the review sessions. Go to your professor's office hours too.
I always do that. I really like my professor.
Good. In the exam, be sure to read the directions carefully. They may be different from the practice exams. Also, make sure you get to the exam in plenty of time. Get comfortable before it begins.
Okay, thanks for your help.
Number 1. What is the conversation mainly about? Number 2. How does the tutor recommend preparing for exams? Choose 2 answers. Number 3. Which reason does the tutor give to suggest that memorizing answers from old exams is not a good idea? Number 4. What does the tutor say about the directions on the exam? Number 5. Why does the tutor suggest that the student get to the exam in plenty of time to get comfortable? Listen to part of the conversation again, then answer the question.
Great! I should just memorize all the answers.
Number 6. What can be inferred about the student? Skill D. Matching words and categories. 1. Campus life.
Hey, Rita, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at a Nova Scotia College of Art catalog. I'm going to transfer there. They have a great lithography program.
Oh, yeah? So you'll have to send them your transcript.
I guess so. What exactly is on my transcript?
Well, basically all your courses and grades.
How do I get it?
At the transcript office, it's $8. It takes the secretary 3 or 4 days to do it for you.
Great. I can do this soon. I really want to learn to do lithos.
Number 1. What are the students mainly discussing? Number 2. Why does the man mention the woman's transcript? Number 3. Match the phrases to the correct column in the chart. Five. Campus life.
Quit yawning. I'm trying to read.
Sorry, I'm just tired today.
Our biology professor said when you yawn, it's because your lungs need more oxygen. It cleans your blood.
My blood must be filthy then.
You're probably not breathing as deeply as you should. Why don't you go outside and take a few deep breaths? That'll give you lots of oxygen.
Yeah, but I'll still be tired.
Maybe a break and some fresh air will give you some energy.
I need a break from this boring textbook.
If you're bored, go outside and try doing something interesting.
Good idea. I think I'll go for a bike ride.
Number 1. What are the people mainly discussing? Number 2. Why does the woman suggest that the man go outside? Number 3. Indicate whether each item below helps your body get more oxygen. For each word or phrase, mark the correct box. Seven. Campus life.
Hello, Chad. What's happening?
Not much. What are you doing with that camera?
I'm taking pictures for our class photo exhibit next week.
Where's that going to be?
In the Student Center. I need to get 3 or 4 good shots of nature on campus.
Will all the photos be of nature?
No, there are 3 other categories: students, professors, and buildings.
And students are taking all the pictures?
Yes, we have to take them, develop them, enlarge them, and frame them.
Wow, you're going to be busy.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna go photograph the cherry tree blossoms. See ya.
Number 1. What is the subject of the conversation? Number 2. Why is the woman taking pictures on campus? Number 3. Indicate whether each phrase below describes a category for the exhibit or a process of photography. For each word, mark the correct box. Skill E. Making inferences and predictions. 1. Campus life.
Hey, neat! You got a telescope for your birthday.
Yes, now we can look at the moon.
Can we see any planets with this telescope?
Yes, we can most easily see Mars. It's closest to Earth. And Venus? It's the next closest.
Is it true that Mars once had rivers and oceans?
A lot of scientists think so. Did you know it has 2 moons?
No. Amazing! How many moons does Venus have?
None.
Do you think people will ever visit Mars?
Maybe someday, but not Venus. It's too hot.
Well, at least we can see them with your new telescope.
Number 1. Indicate whether each item below characterizes the planet Mars. For each phrase, mark the correct box. Number 2. What are the people mainly discussing? Listen again to part of the conversation, then answer the question.
Is it true that Mars once had rivers and oceans?
A lot of scientists think so. Did you know it has 2 moons?
Number 3. What can be inferred about Mars? Five. Campus life.
Hey, Tony, want to go play basketball?
I can't. I've got to study for my midterm exams.
Man, you can't study all the time. You've got to exercise.
How? I don't have the time.
You can do simple things like, instead of taking the elevator to class, walk up the stairs. And when you're studying, take a rest every hour and go for a short walk.
Yeah, I could do that.
You know, just squeezing a tennis ball makes your hands stronger and helps you relax.
That's easy. Anything else?
Yeah, walk backwards sometimes. It strengthens the back of your lower legs.
Thanks. Have fun at basketball.
Number 1. Based on information in the talk, indicate whether each item below is used in a simple exercise. For each phrase, mark the correct box. Number 2. What are the people mainly discussing? Listen to part of the lecture again, then answer the question.
Man, you can't study all the time. You've got to exercise.
How? I don't have the time.
Number 3. What does the speaker imply when he says this?
I don't have the time.
Seven. Campus life.
I finished writing my paper on the American Revolution.
Wow. I'm still looking for information on George Washington.
Well, I saw a TV show about it last week. I wrote down all the important people and then looked them up on the internet.
I wish I'd seen that show.
You can still find information on the internet. Just type the words you're looking for and then click the search button.
I tried, but it gave me so many websites.
Maybe you can ask Professor Cohen if there's a good video you could watch. That would help you know what to look for.
Number 1. Match the following facts with the correct student. Number 2. What will the man probably do next? Number 3. What are the students mainly discussing? Two. Campus life.
Dr. Shin, how long have you been a university professor?
18 years, Sandra.
Could you please tell our campus radio listeners what made you want to become an educator?
I guess it was my mother. She was a writer. At an early age, she taught me that the pen is mightier than the sword. So, when I entered university, I started to study writing.
And you became a writer like your mother.
No, I actually never wrote any books, but I did discover that I love teaching, so I've been a writing teacher ever since.
Well, we're certainly glad you became one. Personally, I really enjoyed your class. Thank you for being on the show today, Dr. Shin.
Number 1. The man explains his experience. Summarize his experience by putting the steps in the correct order. One choice is not used. Number 2. What do we learn about the man from this conversation? Number 3. What is the main topic of the interview? Five. Campus life.
I don't feel well. I think I'll skip class today.
What's wrong?
I feel hot, then cold, and I ache all over.
Oh, that doesn't sound very good. You'd better take your temperature.
Do you have a thermometer?
Yes, I do. Here you go.
Thanks, Joe.
Here, let me read the thermometer for you. Uh-oh, your temperature is really high. You'd better go see the school nurse.
You know, I could have malaria. These are malaria symptoms. I just came back from a trip to Africa with my parents. I wasn't very good about taking my medicine.
Number 1. The woman concludes she may have malaria. Summarize the process that led to her conclusion by putting the steps in the correct order. Number 2. What do we learn about the man from this conversation? Number 3. What is the main idea of the conversation? Seven. Campus life.
Hi, Barb. How was your vacation?
Great! We went to New Mexico.
You went to Mexico?
No, New Mexico. It's a state in the southwestern U.S. The license plates there say USA, so people don't get confused.
That's funny. What did you do there?
Well, on our way there, we stopped at the Grand Canyon in Arizona. It was awesome. Then we went to Albuquerque, the biggest city in New Mexico. Then we visited Carlsbad Caverns.
What are those?
Caves. 60 miles of them. In one cave, we had to wear hats with lights so we could see in the dark.
Number 1. The woman explains where she went. Summarize her experience by putting the events in the correct order. One choice is not used. Number 2. What can be inferred about the man? Number 3. What is the subject of the conversation? Skill review. 1. Campus life.
Hello, Mr. Thompson. Are you my student advisor?
Yes, Amanda. How can I help you?
I'm thinking about majoring in history. I need History 101, History of Western Civilization. Can you tell me what the course covers?
Sure, I'd be happy to. It's one of my favorite subjects.
Lucky for me.
Okay, let's see here. It starts with the beginning of Western civilization in the Near East, and it covers everything up through the 16th century Reformations. It's mostly lectures.
Uh-oh, that can be a little boring.
Yes, but I do know that Professor Johnson makes her class interesting. She shows some very intriguing DVDs, and she really gets students to ask questions.
Yeah, my friend Kelly studied with her last year. She said they had great class discussions.
Yes, I think you'll find that's true.
So, how closely does she follow the textbook?
Well, she covers all the same basic material, But you'll find the lectures won't be exactly the same, and you'll have some writing assignments.
Yes, of course.
From the class, you'll get a good basic idea how our society became the way it is. You'll learn about what our society thinks makes good citizens. You'll find out how different governments were formed, and you'll learn how technology has changed us.
And how about historians?
Oh, yes. You'll learn how historians decide what happened. You'll be asked what you think about it too.
Great. That's what I'm most interested in.
Number 1. What does the woman say she is most interested in? Number 2. What does the woman want? Number 3. How does the student advisor tell the woman about History 101? Choose 2 answers. Number 4. The woman decides she wants to take History 101. Summarize the process of her decision by putting the steps in the correct order. Number 5. What will the woman probably do? Listen again to part of the conversation, then answer the question.
So, how closely does she follow the textbook?
Well, she covers all the same basic material, but you'll find the lectures won't be exactly the same.
Number 6. What can be inferred about the class lectures?